Hello everyone and welcome to a new week's reading vlog. So it is the last week of August, which is very sad. I've been loving the NEWTS. I've been loving just reading all the challenges and completing all of my different readathons. But for the first week this month, it is just the NEWTS. So let's go over the rest of the books that I need to read. I am planning on reading 8 books this week, which is no different than last week, but I do have a very long book on this TBR, so we'll see how it goes. But the first book that I'm going to talk about is my audiobook for the week, and that is The Cabin at the End of the World, which goes towards the prompt for arithmancy to read a book between 260 and 299 pages. And this book is 272 pages. This is about a family who are vacationing at this cabin, and these 4 people show up and are like, they kind of invade the house and they tell them that they have to choose one of the 3 of the family to kill to save the world. And I've just gotten to the point where they have given them that ultimatum, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. And then for the anthology that I'm going to read this week, I chose The Book of Dragons edited by Jonathan Strahan. There are like 29 stories in this, which is a lot. It doesn't even look that big, but I'm pretty sure it's over 500 pages. Yeah, it's like 558 pages. So it is a lot, but I've already read 2 stories and I am really enjoying it. I was very nervous because the first story is by Jane Yolen, who, if you saw my reading vlog like 2 weeks ago, she wrote the entire anthology that I read, The Midnight Circus, and I hated it. So when I opened this and I saw that the first story was by her, I was like, oh my god. But it's literally just this. It's like a poem. And that I was fine with. And it was fine, but like very short. And like all of her other stories had no story. So whatever, just thank God it was only 1 page. And then the other story I did enjoy. It was sad, but I am really excited to continue. This I have to read 4 stories a day, except one day I have to read 5, which will probably be today because that story was only a page. So that's my plan for this for the week. And this goes towards Transfiguration, the last prompt to read a hardcover. And then the book that I have started already that I'm going to read alongside the anthology is for History of Magic, the last prompt to read a book recommended by someone older than you. And I chose Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. This is Kayla from Books and Lala, one of her favorite books, and she's older than me, and she recommends it, so I'm picking it up. And it's about these twins, Roger and Dodger, who are a set. There were 3 sets of twins born, and one set of the twins were going to change the world or bring about the apocalypse, something. And so they're all separated. So they're all sent to different families. And I don't know if the families know that they're like harbingers. But yeah, and then Roger and Dodger have just gotten to the point where they realize they talk to each other like telepathically almost, and they're kind of realizing that they're not imaginary friends, that they're actually real people. I'm planning on reading this Monday and Tuesday. The next book I'm planning on reading is for the last prompt in Defense Against the Dark Arts, which is to read a high fantasy, and for this I'm reading The Bone Witch by Rin Chapeko. I have this on Hoopla, so I'm just gonna read it as an audiobook, and I'm planning on reading it on Wednesday. The next book that I'm planning on reading is for the last prompt in Potions, which is to read a book that's over 450 pages. I'm going with The Damned by Renee Audier. This I'm very excited about. I loved The Beautiful by her. I think it was one of my favorite books of last year. I just had such a blast, and I think it's a duology, so I think this is the last book, and I'm really, really excited to pick it up. I can't wait to see what happens next. This is about a girl who comes over from France to America in the 20s, I think, and she kind of gets involved with a bunch of vampires. The next book is for the last prompt in Ancient Runes, and that is to read a romance, and I'm going with The Staycation. I don't know who it's by, I can't remember, but it's kind of like the movie The Holiday, where 2 families are stuck at the airport and like a winter storm blows through and they decide to switch houses. And then the second to last book that I have to read is for the second prompt in Astronomy, which is to read a sci-fi, and I'm going with Descender Volume 2. It is a graphic novel about a robot who kind of looks a lot like a human trying to find his human that he had been kind of brothers with like a long time ago. The last book I have to read is for the last prompt in astronomy, and that is to read the biggest book on your TBR, and I'm going with 7 Blades of Black by Sam Sykes. I've heard amazing things about this from Pierre Ford, and I'm so excited to read this. All I know is that the main character is a bisexual. I think Pierre Ford classified her as a disaster bisexual, and she is going to try and get revenge against people. So yeah, that's literally all I know about it. I'm so excited. It's huge. It's over 700 pages. Nope, it's 661, which is actually just about the same size as Upon a Burning Throne. So that works out. I think, God, what if Upon a Burning Throne is actually longer? What? With all the grade pages, it is 692 pages long. So it is the longest book on my TBR, even though I'm not reading all of those pages. That is my weekly TBR. Hoping that I really love all of them. I think I will, but obviously I've said that before and that hasn't happened. And I'll talk to you later. Hi guys, so it hasn't been that much time, but I just finished up my lunch break, so I thought I'd come in and check in on my progress of the Book of Dragons. So I have now read 100 pages of it. I'm really enjoying it. I've enjoyed most of the stories. There was one that I was kind of like, not super into, but the rest of them I have been. I think they're really, really interesting. I love how they all kind of have portrayed dragons very differently. All of them have, and it's really, really interesting. We got a little bit of bad news. My dog, his nostril was really bleeding, and he was having a hard time breathing, and so my dad took him to the vet, and we already knew that he had spleen cancer, but now he's got a tumor in his nose, which sucks. I think what sucks the most is that I lost a dog last month, and now I'm losing a dog soon enough, and I'm like, wow. I promise I'm not a bad dog owner, they're just old. And it's also, one was with my mom, one was with my dad, so there's no connection there. It was literally like one day I learned that my mom's dog had spleen cancer, and then literally the next day we learned that my dad's dog had spleen cancer. And I was just like, okay, wow. And on top of that, my dad has cancer. And it was just like kind of being hit on all fronts. We'll talk to you all later. Hi guys. It's 11:30 and I'm just about to go to sleep, but I am halfway through middle game and I'm really liking it. I am having a really good time. I love both Roger and Dodger. Yes, I do hate their names. I understand and I like the reasoning behind the rhyming, but I hate that she chose Roger and Dodger for their names when so many different names could rhyme. But I am really liking it. I'm really liking the characters. I'm liking the plot. I'm super excited to see where it goes from here. But I am tired. I am going to go to sleep. Tomorrow I have work. I had a very productive day today. I had work, I read a lot. I also filmed a video, so that's exciting. And I edited part of my vlog, which I'm going to have to edit more tomorrow and then go to my mom's and upload it. Hopefully I will get there, start the uploading process, and then just go to the gym. And hopefully that'll work. Maybe we'll see. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. Hi guys. So I have not updated you all day. That's because I just didn't really have a lot to talk about. I was really busy today, but I also was able to edit my reading vlog for this past week and read 3 stories of the Book of Dragons. So I've got one more to read today. I didn't love any of the stories that I read today, but they were all pretty average. Right now, a miracle is happening. The vlog is uploading at my dad's house. Can you believe it? If you can hear that fan, that's my computer. But yeah, so that's so exciting. I can't believe it. This is like the first time it's ever been, and it's only like gonna take an hour and a half, which sounds like a long time, but at my dad's house, no way. I first had my booktube channel for like a 20-minute video, for like a 15-minute video. It would take like 24 hours to upload. And so the fact that it's only taken an hour and a half for a 43-minute video is miraculous. So I'm really happy about that. And yeah, and I have decided officially to change my scheduling days to Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Just especially with how these next few weeks are gonna go, it definitely makes the most sense to do that. But I'm really pumped about that. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym like right now, and then we're gonna go out to dinner, but I'm going to maybe between the gym and dinner finish the last story of the Book of Dragons and then finish middle game after dinner. But we'll see. Everything could change. Who knows? I'll talk to you later. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, and I did not update you last night because I finished middle game, but I finished it so late that I literally put the book down and went right to sleep. But I loved it. I really, really, really liked it. I did give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I didn't have any complaints except one, and that is that I wish the villain's motivation against our main characters was clearer. Because so Roger and Dodger they are created for a very specific purpose. But when they start to achieve that purpose, he wants to kill them. And I never quite understood why. And like, why do you want them dead? It didn't really make sense to me. But other than that, I loved it. I loved Roger. I loved Dodger. I loved Aaron. I really, really enjoyed everything about this book. And I really, really liked it. And I did give it a 5 out of 5 stars. And now, I don't know, today is kind of like, I'm just feeling a little lazy today. Oh, one more thing that friggin' sucks is that my video did not upload. My computer showed that it got to halfway because I went to the gym and then we went out to dinner, so I didn't see it until hours later that it got to like halfway through the upload process and then just stopped and it said share failed. Is it great? Great. So I have to go to my mom's house tonight to upload my vlog, but my reading plans for the day. So I'm feeling lazy. I'm feeling very unmotivated to do much. I have read one of the stories in the Book of Dragons. I really, really liked it. It was R.F. Kong's story and it was very good. Yeah, loved it. But I'm just not feeling like I'm going to be able to complete a whole novel today. I think instead of The Bone Witch, it's for read an epic fantasy, which I'm taking as like usually epic fantasy is like a fantasy that which I take to mean like takes place in a different world, and I think that's what most people consider high fantasy. So for that, I'm rereading Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. I loved this when I read it. I actually read it for another NEWTS. The first NEWTS, I read this. I can't remember what the prompt was or anything, but I just remembered that I had it, and I looked up like high fantasy graphic novels, and this was the first thing to come up. And I decided, yes, I love Noelle Stevenson. I love Lumberjanes. I love She-Ra. So I think it would be really fun to reread this. I do have to go to my mom's house to upload the video. I think I'm gonna go to her house, start the upload process, go to the gym. So I will see you later. Hi guys, it's Thursday. I did not update you anymore yesterday, and there is definitely a reason for that. And that is because I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue. I don't even know if this vlog is gonna go up. It used to be that my dad's house I couldn't upload. I knew that, and I just tricked myself on Tuesday because it did look like it started to upload. And then I went to my mom's house yesterday, and usually it's fine at my mom's house. Yeah, it takes like about an hour usually to upload, but that's it. I was like, great, okay, I started the upload process. I went and worked out. It said an hour and a half when I left. And I was like, okay, that sucks, but still, I brought my book so I could just read it while it uploaded. But then I worked out for about 50 minutes and I came back, and overall from like when I left the house to when I got back to the house, it was probably about an hour, and I got back and it was at an hour and 12 minutes to go. I do love doing this, and I do want to continue doing this. I read so much that I just want to talk to people about it, but I don't have a lot of friends who read, or I mean who like reading. So I do want to continue, but this is just not working. See, you might not even see this. This might just be the end. But let's talk, because I finished Nimona. I literally finished, I sat down and nothing came in at work, so except a couple things, but literally I finished this so fast. It was so good. I love it. I just love Nimona. I think she's so great. She's so funny. She's so bloodthirsty, which is always fun. And I gave it another 5 out of 5 stars. I highly suggest it, and it was great. So this went for high fantasy, and thank God, because yesterday was just a crap show. I would not have been able to finish The Bone Witch, that's for sure. But the next book is The Damned by Renee Audier. I'm very excited to read this. There is a problem though, and I don't know. Goodreads said it was 456 pages or something like that. Like it was over 450 pages. So the prompt that said over 450 pages, I chose The Damned. But in this version, 405 pages. Yeah, so a lot shorter, but I'm hoping, usually Goodreads, I found that they're not super accurate, so I should have realized that. I think I was nervous, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna count it, because I really wanted to read this. But I'm gonna say that there's probably is a version out there, if it's British paperback, if it's Spanish, if it's something else that is over 450 pages, and I'm just gonna count it. You know, I've read so many books this month. I have stopped reading books when I realized that they don't count for the right challenge, and I've gone on. I've read more books because I couldn't talk about them or I knew that they wouldn't fit to challenges. I am so dedicated that I'm still gonna count this because I don't think there's anything else that would fit to make it over, like to have a book that's over 450 pages, unless, hello, I do Middle Game as over 450 pages and I find someone older than me. No! I've got it. Middle Game is gonna be for a book that's over 450 pages because it's 520, and this is gonna be for a book, read a book that someone older than you recommended, and The Beautiful was in a subscription box. I can't remember if it was Fairy Loot or Owl Crate, but it was in a subscription box, and they are all older than me. So yes, this is the sequel, but I take that as the series is recommended to me. That's what I'm doing. Hello! Thank God, because you know, I'm very much a stickler for the rules. And so that's what I'm doing. So this is gonna be for read a book that someone older than you recommended. And Middle Game is to be read a book that's over 450 pages. Did it. So great. I'm very happy that that worked out for me. And yeah, I also am very close to finishing The Cabin at the End of the World. I have just under 3 hours left. I'm enjoying it. I like it a lot. There was one little plot twist where I was just about to get out to start like filling my gas tank, and it happened. I was like, whoa, I was literally in public and I was sitting there like, oh my God, because something happened that, and it's supposed to make you feel this way. Like I was like, huh, it just like kind of felt like a punch to the solar plexus. And then something else happened that I'm honestly not sure what to think, because on one hand, it sucks, but on the other hand, I'm impressed that he went that far. Like, you know, you kind of go into these books with expectations, and you know, you're like, yeah, of course they wouldn't go that far, but then he did, and I was like, and I'm kind of impressed, honestly. Like, I'm kind of into it, even though I think a lot of people, like, this book has a low rating, and I think that a lot of people give it a low rating because of something that happened. But I'm kind of impressed because usually people and authors don't go that far. Like, yeah, it's dark, it's gritty, but they don't go that far. I just have to read all of this today, which now that it's only 400 pages, I'm feeling a lot better about than before. So yeah, that's all I've got. Yikes. And I will talk to you later. I hope you guys see this. I'm remembering why I stopped doing my last booktube channel, and that was because of storage issues on my computer, which I have fixed, and the upload time that takes. that's even worse this time than last time. Because my mom's house last time, it took like 20 to 30 minutes to upload like a 45-minute video. Like, it was so fast. And here, it would upload, it would just take about 24 hours. But now, it doesn't upload at all at my dad's house, and I don't even know if it would upload at my mom's house. And this just sucks. But I'll talk to you later. I'm going to, oh, I also completed my 4 stories yesterday. I gave 3 of them 5 out of 5 stars. I really liked all of them so much. I thought that they were super good, and I'll chat with you all later. Hi guys. So, surprise, surprise, I've changed my TBR. So I have kind of, I don't know. I just am like kind of losing steam, which is fine that this is happening at the end of the month. At least it didn't happen at the beginning. But I decided to change Bet Me to be a contemporary, which is the last prompt in Ancient Runes, which is fine because then now romance is going to be instead of the staycation, because I'm not really in the mood for it, and I wasn't able to finish The Beautiful today. It isn't midnight yet, but I am definitely getting tired, and I have to get up really early tomorrow because I have to take my dad to a surgery. So I have the day off of work tomorrow, which is nice, but I have to do that. So I'm gonna plan on finishing The Damned on my way and in the town that we're going. It's about an hour and a 15-minute drive, so I'll be able to get a good amount of reading then, but I do have to drive him back. So yeah, and then what I am going to read is the anthology that includes Tessa Dare's story, How the Duke Stole Christmas or something. And what I'm doing is, so right now I am going to have, once I finish all the books that were on the NEWTS TBR, I'm going to have read 39 books this month, and I would really love to get it to 40. So I am counting Tessa Dare's story as its own book because G from Brooke Rose said, she's like, as long as it is on Goodreads, it counts, and the story is. But then the rest of the 3 stories, I'm just going to read and count it as my 40th book of the month. So yeah, there's 4 stories, including the one by Tessa Dare. So if I finish the one by Tessa Dare tonight, I'll only have 3 stories left, and I hope I can finish it tomorrow. We'll see. If not, if I find myself low on time, I'll read Descender Volume 2 tomorrow, which is like 100 and something pages, but it's a graphic novel, so I'll fly through it, and then read How the Duke Stole Christmas on Saturday. I'm very excited. And then start 7 Blades of Black. I'm so excited for the rest of my books. I am enjoying The Damned. I kind of wished it had stayed like an urban fantasy. It's starting to go a little bit like high fantasy and stuff. There was a reveal about our main character, and it was just kind of, I'm not loving where it's going. And our main character, Celine, didn't even appear till 100 pages in, which I didn't love. I wanted, sorry, that's the TV, I'm very blue, but I wanted her to be in more of it because she's our main character. But I think Sebastian is definitely more of a main character in this one. I'm enjoying it. It's fine. I'm not loving it as much as The Beautiful. I just don't feel that like angst and longing that like I loved in The Beautiful. This is more feral, which I'm not going to say anything because it's definitely a spoiler, but if you've read The Beautiful, Sebastian is just like a lot, and it's okay. I don't know, I just expected more. Like, I expected them to actually run into each other a lot more than they are. They've done it once, twice. They've done it twice, and we're halfway through the book. So I had definitely hoped for more of them. But I will talk to you tomorrow, probably after we get back, because we're leaving at like 6:30. Kill me. But I'll probably chat with you once I get back and hopefully have finished The Beautiful. And I will definitely have finished the story by Tessa Dare. And then I also read all my stories from the Book of Dragons. I am enjoying it. Even the ones I'm giving like a low rating, I still like, the writing is good. But yeah, overall I'm definitely enjoying it. and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Hi guys, this angle is kind of weird and I'm in a very different place. I'm just downstairs where there's walls and a door. People are staying here tonight, so I have to make this quick, but I thought I would update you. It is Friday. I got back from the city recently, and I thought I'd just update you. So last night I did finish the Tessa Dare short story. It was okay. I was very average. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, but then I finished the second story in the anthology and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. That one was very cute. Loved it. Big fan. Really enjoyed it. But the Tessa Dare one went towards read a romance, and I changed Bet Me to be read a contemporary. Then I am 50 pages away from the end of The Damned. I am going to go back upstairs and finish this after this update. I just wanted to update you really fast before the people got here. I mean, it's fine. I didn't love the first 300 pages, but the last 100 pages have been good because the love interests are together. And that's all I want. And it's very, just fun. I enjoy it. And then I went to Barnes & Noble. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a haul for you guys. So usually I go to Barnes & Noble with like an idea of what I wanted. There was one book that I knew I wanted, but other than that, I was kind of just like, I don't know, I was just kind of going in there to look. I didn't have a lot of time because it spent most of my time getting a new phone. I am off my dad's plan. I have my own plan and I just got a new phone. And I feel really good about it. So, but the first book that I got was a paperback of Kingdom of Souls. I think it might have just come out in paperback, and I'm really excited about this. Everyone who's read it loved it, and so I'm just so excited to pick this up. Hopefully in October. A girl whose family has magic, but she doesn't, and I think she trades like part of her soul for magic or years off her life or something like that, and I'm really excited to pick it up. The next book is the book that I went in there to get, and that is Sword in the Stars by Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy. I didn't love Once and Future, and I read it for last year's NEWTS, but I did want to finish the duology. I enjoy Amy Rose Capetta's books. I read the sequel to The Brilliant Death in April for the NEWTS Readathon, but I just wanted to know how it ended, and I am going to send this to my best friend after I'm done. So I think she really liked the first one, so I'm going to send her the second one after I'm done. And this is an Arthurian legend retelling in the future and in space, and it's when Arthur turns out to be a girl. The next book is one that I am so excited to pick up. I honestly have no idea what it's about. And that is The Shadows of What Was Lost. And I think it was Sam over on Tome Topple, but I might be wrong, who talked about this. And it's huge. It's very thick. I honestly have no idea what it's about, so I'm just gonna read the back. It's been 20 years since the godlike augurs were overthrown and killed. Those who once served them, the gifted, were spared only after accepting the rebellion's 4 tenets, which vastly limited their powers. Davian suffers the consequences of a war lost before he was even born. When he discovers that he wields the forbidden power of the augurs, he sets in motion a chain of events that will change everything. To the west, a young man whose fate is intertwined with Davian's wakes up in a forest covered in blood and with no memory of who he is. And in the far north, an ancient enemy begins to stir. I think it's a trilogy, and they're all just so huge, but I love a good huge fantasy, and I'm basically this month finishing my own TBR, except a few books, and so I'm really excited to get started on this one. All of these are probably going to be October, because my September TBR is pretty much planned out with a lot of arcs. And then Becca's Bookopoly, or Becca's Bookopoly-thon, which I am gonna film soon, hopefully. As long as I can actually get videos up, which I will find out tomorrow. And then the last book I got is Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. I have been hemming and hawing over this, but I do really want, I loved City of Brass. And I read it right when it came out, and I just never got around to picking this one up, but I feel like the series has gotten a resurgence of popularity now that like everyone's reading it, and everyone is just loving it. And I watched Reagan from Proust Project's vlog about Kingdom of Copper, and she just loved it so much that it renewed my interest. I do want to either, I was debating on doing just like a 1 week where I read the whole series, but I think it might be 1 a month. It will depend on Bookopoly-thon and then just how I feel in October if I am able to read the whole series, and we'll see. But this is about a girl who's kind of a con woman in Egypt, and she accidentally summons a djinn who takes her to this fantasy city where all these magic users and djinn live. And we follow her and then the prince of that city. And the first one ended on such a cliffhanger. I don't know why I never picked this up, but I do want to reread City of Brass and then continue on in the series. But after I finish The Damned, which I'm going to go do right now, I think I'm going to pick up Descender Volume 2. It's 112 or 20 pages, so I should be able to finish it really fast. And then I will have just the rest, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, to devote to Seven Blades of Black and How the Duke Stole Christmas. I only have 2 more stories and How the Duke Stole Christmas, so if I do finish The Damned and Descender Volume 2, I might like just try to squeeze both of those in tonight as well and just totally just absorb myself in Seven Blades of Black. I also only have like 45 minutes left of The Cabin at the End of the World. I do listen to it at 3 times speed, so I should be able to finish it really fast. If I just like literally had like, I think 12 minutes, I'd be able to finish it. So I might try to do that tonight as well. But also, I'm driving tomorrow, I'm working tomorrow because I did have to take today off. I am gonna be working for a few hours tomorrow on Saturday, so I might just listen to my audiobook while I work, but we'll see. So this might be my last update of the night. Just know I am most likely, unless the ending just changes in some drastic way, gonna give this a 4 out of 5 stars. And yeah, that's about all I've got. So I'll talk to you all probably tomorrow. Hi everyone, it is Saturday and I've already had a very productive and very good day. I had to do some work today because I had to take yesterday off and I got all that done in like 2 hours, which is really great. Then I was able to upload a video. I finally figured out what was going on. I had to call my internet provider and be like, hi, do you understand this at all? And it helped. It does mean, unfortunately, that my videos are gonna be of a lower quality, but it's either that or no videos. And I'd really rather be able to produce some videos. And so the 3 a week should definitely still work. So Tuesday will be reading vlogs and then Thursday and Saturday will just be regular videos. But I am now, let me show you, about to film Becca's Bookopoly for September. Super excited. I'm about to film this and I will let you know how Bookopoly treats me. Okay, hi everyone. So I just finished filming 2 videos. I'm so happy. This is the outfit that I wore as the White Queen. I have my amethyst and pearl necklace that my aunt made me and my pearl necklace. I'm wearing a full length, very long white dress. I don't know if you could see that at all. And this is actually what I'm wearing tonight. We are having people coming over tonight to celebrate someone's wedding next week. It's like kind of a potluck situation. And I decided to wear this. It's not the actual wedding, so hopefully it's okay that I'm wearing white because this is all I have. So if it's not okay, then that sucks. But that's just what it's gonna be. So for the rest of the day, I think we're gonna start getting everything really ready at 5. And so for the rest of the day, I'm going to try and read. I'm going to change because everything's gonna be outside. So I'm going to put on some shorts and stuff to help set up. But then this is what I'm wearing tonight. So I'm gonna change. And once that happens, I'm going to pick up Seven Blades of Black. 7 Blades in Black. And finally start that. So I don't know, I might talk to you guys like a lot later. Oh, one thing, I finished The Cabin at the End of the World and I liked it up until the very end. It was kind of an ambiguous ending and I hate that in books, honestly. I want kind of, it doesn't like, either whichever would have happened, I would have liked. But the fact that it ended ambiguously, I did not like. So I think I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars. So that means I only have 3 classes left to finish, and that is for astronomy, it is 7 Blades in Black, and for transfiguration is to read a hardcover, which is Book of Dragons. So I am going to read some of 7 Blades in Black and then probably chat with you once the party's done and once I've read more. Hi guys. It's Sunday and I just got to my mom's house and I thought I'd update you. I am behind schedule, are we surprised, with reading. I did not finish my stories of Book of Dragons. I have one more to go, and then I only read 100 pages of Seven Blades in Black last night. I did read another 100 today, so I am up to 200, but to be back on schedule, I need to be on page 440. So what I'm going to do is go downstairs and go outside. It's sunny out, but it's cool, which is nice. I'm going to read another 100 pages of Seven Blades in Black, and then I'm gonna read a few stories of Book of Dragons. But I do wanna read as much of Seven Blades in Black as I can today. So if that's more than 440 pages, that's great, but minimum, oh God, there's a spider. But minimum, I wanna read to page 440. So, yeah, I'm going to talk to you later. A spider is literally climbing down and I need to kill it, so bye. Okay, everyone, good news. I just finished the Book of Dragons and I totaled everything up and I averaged it, and altogether I'm giving it a 3.75 out of 5 stars. On Goodreads, it's a 4 out of 5. That feels about right. There were some stories I really enjoyed. There were no stories that I actively hated, but some of them are average. But yeah, so 4 out of 5 stars, and that means my Transfiguration class is done, and all I have left is to finish Seven Blades in Black, which I am loving. I am where I was supposed to get to for today, which is 440, I think I'm on 447 pages out of 661. I'm loving it. I'm really liking it. You know, a lot of times I've found male authors, when they're writing about a woman, it can be obvious. You know, a lot of them it's very obvious. Some of them, like Brandon Sanderson, it's a bit less obvious, but you can still kind of tell. But this, I never would have known that it was a male author unless I had heard about it, because it's just so well done. She's gay, it's amazing, and it's not utilized in a bad way like I feel like a lot of male authors do. So yeah, I'm really loving it. I wish there was something that's in the synopsis. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was a secret. I wish we didn't know what these 7 people did to her. But because in the synopsis it tells us, I knew. But it still like almost feels like he's trying to keep it a secret. Like they're not really explaining why she's trying to kill them. So if you're seeing this before you've looked it up or read it, then I would recommend not reading the synopsis first. So yeah. I have one last book to finish, and then I'll have hit all the prompts. Then 2 books to finish, and I'll have read 40 books this month, which is crazy, but I will chat with you later. Hi guys, it is Friday. I have not updated. It's probably around 5:30. I just finished work. I'm back at my mom's house. Sorry, it's probably very echoey. But I'm just watching JD Ray Reads' 24-hour reading vlog. I'm kind of getting caught up on vlogs today because I haven't been in the mood to watch anything but the Great British Baking Show. But I was able to read 90 pages of Seven Blades in Black during work and like lunch and stuff. I just read this scene where it would have been like a reveal, and it was heartbreaking. And I teared up. And there was a confrontation that happened that you've kind of been waiting for the whole book. And it was so realistic. And I'm just loving it. I'm loving this so much. I cannot wait to get back to reading it. I love our main character. I love Sal so much. And I think her personality is so fascinating. Like, you learn stuff about her, and like the way that she goes about life is very surprising and very strange. And I think it's just very fascinating. And I think she's a type of character that I haven't read very often. And then what I'm also really liking about this is that there's no clear side. Like, there's 2 warring groups, but I don't know who we should be rooting for because neither of them seem that good. One had been like lording over this, it was like one, like basically like not species, but like magic users and then non-magic users. And then it was like the magic users had been lording over the non-magic users for so many years, so that when the non-magic users were able to take power for themselves, like it's like, okay, good, but now they're like just as bad. And so it's really interesting how neither side is like all good, which I like as well, because I think that's also super realistic. In a lot of fiction, it's like one very bad side and one obviously good side, but in this, I think it's really interesting how it's not one or the other. And yeah, so I'm gonna just curl up on the couch and read. It is so gloomy and so dark outside that it's perfect reading weather. And I will probably talk to you when I'm done. Oh, and then I am on the last story in How the Duke Stole Christmas. I actually did not read the third. I read part of it, and it was like within 10 pages, they were already about to say, I love you. So yeah, didn't like it, so I skipped it. But then the last one has lying, which I'm not a big fan of this trope where someone lies and pretends they're super good at something when they're not, and like base their whole career around it. And so this girl, right, and she's not telling her boss that she's been lying this whole time, and it's just like, and she's like into him and he's into her, and I don't know, I just don't like when relationships are founded on lying. Not my favorite thing. So we'll see how this one goes. Or I could just say the other short story that I read, which I really enjoyed, is my 40th book. I think I'm gonna do that because I have no interest in this last story. And then I also DNF'd the third story. So I might just do that actually, just say, yeah, this, because I counted the first story as its own book for Read a Romance. And G from Book Rose says, like, if it is on Goodreads, then it counts as a book, no matter how short it is. So I might do that actually. So I don't have to read the rest of them because I'm not liking them at all. So yeah, so then if that's the case, I've read 39 books and here's my 40th and I'm so excited to finish it. What a way to go out on the month. What a bang, hopefully. Who knows? I mean, the last 130 pages could be really disappointing, but I don't think it will be, and I'm very excited. So I will probably chat with you when I'm done reading this. All right, it's 7 and I just finished 7 Blades in Black. So good, so good. Loved it, 5 out of 5 stars, phenomenal. There was a plot twist that I called. I was like, I think this is what's happening, and I was right, which is very exciting. But I loved it. Can't wait for the second one. There was one thing that confused me about this book. I'm not sure why she needed the names, because she knew these people. She had been friends with these people. So I don't know why she needed their names, this list of names, to be able to start her revenge. But other than that, phenomenal. So good. Yeah, so good. That means that I have finished the NEWTS. That's crazy. I think that's just absolutely crazy. Yeah, I read 40 books this month, 36 of which were for the NEWTS, 4 of which were not. I think it was really productive and a great month. I did a lot this month. I feel like usually if I'm gonna be reading that much, that means I do nothing but read, but I actually did quite a lot. So yeah, I'm proud of myself. The first book that I read this week was Middle Game by Seanan McGuire, which was for the NEWTS to read a book over 450 pages, which I gave a 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Nimona by Noelle Stevenson, which was to read an epic fantasy, which I also gave a 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Damned by Renee Audier, which is for a book that's recommended by someone older than you, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I read Meet Me in Mayfair by Tessa Dare for the prompt to read a romance, and I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. And then I realized I never talked to you guys about the sci-fi that I read for the prompt to read a sci-fi. I realized I was looking at the wrong Descender. Like, I got a little confused because they said both things were volumes, but one was shorter than the other. So it was like Descender Volume 2, there was 2 versions, and one had less issues than the other. And the one that I wasn't caught up on was like 300 pages, and I was like, you know what, I can't do that. So I read Monstrous Volume 2, I don't know, by Marjorie M. Liu. And I also gave that one a 5 out of 5 stars. Then I finished The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, which I gave a 4.25 out of 5 stars. And that went to read a book between 260 and 299 pages. It was 272. Then I finished The Book of Dragons by many authors, and overall my rating was a 3.75, but I did round it up to a 4 out of 5 stars. And then I finished The Duke of Christmas Present by Sarah McLean. And that was just for an extra book. And then I finished Seven Blades in Black by Sam Sykes for read the longest book on your TBR. And I also gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. So a great reading week, both quality and quantity wise. Yeah, it was great. You know, I didn't love every book that I read, but I loved a few of them. And I'm just so happy. And I'm really excited that I was able to read so much and accomplish so much. So altogether for the week, I read 9 books this week, which is great. I'm really happy. But that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this vlog, as well as all of my NEWTS content, as well as Scallywagathon, Tome Topple, and Avatar: The Last Page Turner. And I will see you next month with a new video. Bye.